For all the friends on CGTN social media platforms, welcome to Singapore's Changi Airport. Today, we're at the grand opening at the Jewel Changi Airport. So now Jewel is this newly established, newly built, one-of-a-kind destination inside of Changi Airport. It is a retail space. It's a place that has park. Behind me, you can see the rain vortex, and it's the world's largest indoor waterfall. So right now, you can see the mist coming, and sometimes it will become a waterfall, and it's all within an indoor space. This structure, this architecture is in the midst of Changi Airport. So Jewel is actually connected to the Singapore Changi Terminal 1, and then it's connected to Terminal 2 and Terminal 3 with Skytrax. So this is a place that Singapore wants to showcase the world that what it has to offer. And we know that Singapore's Changi Airport is world famous. It has been ranked as the world's best airport for 7 years straight by the Skytrax. This is really the jewel on top of the Changi crown. So today we are here at the first day media opening, and some public are here to take a sneak peek of what this place has to offer. I think what we will show you is this. You come in. This is the main entrance to Jewel, and this is where the taxi drop off, and it is connected to Terminal 1. You come in here, whether you are going to catch your flight to go somewhere, or you are just a Singaporean who wants to have a weekend getaway. And for people who are actually catching a flight, you can do early check-in and baggage drop-off. So you come here, I can show you where the early drop-off is. Now Jewel first and foremost, it has a lot of F&B outlets. It's a retail place, and they want to bring in like the latest new retail experience. We're actually in front of Shake Shack, and I was told that Shake Shack, it's the first Shake Shack that's open in Singapore. So Changi Airport has invited journalists from all across 10 countries. So today we have many media folks here, and to do live streaming, a lot of social media influencers as well, to tell the people in their respective countries what's happening here in Jewel. As today is the grand opening, we see a lot of actually, I saw a lion dance troupe, and this is part of the tradition in Singapore. When you have a shop opening or during Chinese New Year, they invite the lion dance troops to add in the atmosphere. So it's all very seamless. You get taxi drop off, you come here, escalator lift down, and that area you can actually do your early check-in. For some airlines, I was told that for some 27 airlines you can do early drop off. For some airlines, Singapore Airlines, for example, you can check in your luggage as early as 48 hours before, but physically you can only check in 24 hours. But your luggage can actually come 2 days before you depart. So this is the early check-in area that's also connected to the airport. And if you have more time to kill after you drop off your luggage, you can come to the Changi Lounge to take a rest, read a book, go online. You can take a sneak peek of the beautiful lounge. This is a paid service, right? How much would it cost to use the lounge?
Confirm yet.
It's not confirmed yet. So naturally, I asked how much would it cost to use the lounge, and I was told that it's not confirmed yet because today is just a preview. You have more baggage storage area. So speaking of the retail shops at Jewel, they have this idea. The slogan is Singapore meets the world and the world meets Singapore. So at this level, we can actually find some of the authentic made in Singapore goods that if you are transiting or visiting Singapore, you can get a taste of Singapore. For example, Bengawan Solo, it's a very famous local bakery, and they make delicious Peranakan cakes. Yeah. So we can actually take a look. So for example, this is quite special because they have some demonstration going on. As I said, as the Southeast Asia and Singapore are going big on digital e-commerce, but for the physical store, they want to give customers an experience. Hello, ma'am. What are you making? Hello. What are you making?
Yes, I make the kuih lapis.
Kuih lapis, yes. So kuih lapis is the famous Peranakan layered cake, right?
Layer cake like that. That one is the showcase.
Yeah, we'll take one. So many of you probably already know this is something that people often buy if they visit Singapore. It's a layered cake with coconut inside, right? Ma'am, is there coconut flavor inside?
Sorry?
There's coconut inside, right?
No coconut.
No coconut.
It's a butter, eggs.
Butter, egg?
Yes.
And then you need to bake it layer
Yes,
by layer?
layer by layer, yes.
Ah, so that's a lot of work.
Yes.
This is your signature.
Yes.
How many kuih lapis do you sell a day?
A day,
How's-
about 200 over.
200 over.
Yeah,
And this
almost
has
300.
becoming like a signature of a taste
Yeah,
of Singapore,
one of
right?
them. The most popular
Oh, the
is, pandan chiffon
pandan cake.
Chiffon, that
Yeah,
one
yeah,
is,
yeah.
we sell a lot.
Where is
because,
it?
a lot of the Hong Kong people.
And Japanese
Yeah,
and
Japanese
Chinese.
and
yeah.
Chinese.
How many do you sell for the
Only in the
chiffon cake?
airport we sell about 1,000 over.
1,000.
Yes.
Oh, can we take a look at that cake? Where
This
is
the
it?
pandan chiffon cake. It's over here.
Where? Oh, it's over here.
帮我看一下，没有。
卖完了. Here. Singapore's #1 pandan chiffon cake. It's very soft and sponge cake. Okay, so apart from all these, thank you very much. 可以看一下. So as usual, if you have any questions about Jewel, about Changi Airport, please let us know on social media and we will try to answer your questions. Oh, there are lots of comments already. Let me just take a look. I have a problem. Sorry, the taste of Singapore. I was told
Media?
yes, we are doing a live streaming for CGTN.
Oh, sure. We can have, if you want, there's actually a media pack for you. I got to recommend you to see my media lady.
Ah, okay.
This is the boss's daughter.
Thank you. So I was told that this shop is an Arab street, right?
It's an Arab
so it's
street.
a small
It's
shop.
a small shop house. It started
Yeah.
from there,
Yeah.
like in what you see in the movie.
Right.
And then it comes out to be, now we're here.
Right.
Yeah.
So why did you decide to set up shop in
That
Jewel?
one I need to ask her. You just give me a minute.
Oh, okay. So I was told that their first shop is an Arab street. It's a very a small mom and pop shop. And now, hi, we're live streaming to CGTN's audience on all social media platforms. We're just telling like, why do you set up shop at Jewel? Did they come to you, or how did the tenancy agreement came along? What's your you purchase? Yeah. Because it's a place to showcase Singapore taste, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is part of Singapore Heritage Brand.
Exactly. Yeah. Which item is your best seller?
The kaya roll.
Which one is the kaya roll? The green one?
Yes.
Ah, okay, yeah. So kaya is a flavor that Singaporeans love. They use that as a jam to spread it on toast. Kaya butter toast is popular Singapore breakfast. Thank you very much. Thank you. So, but this place is not only about food and beverage. So this stretch is the Singapore heritage. They also upstairs they showcasing other like international brands like Shake Shack, and they have like lobster. There's burger and lobster, and it's also the first time they open a shop in Singapore. But apart from food F&B, it is also they have a park. They have lots of greenery on top of this building. Let's go take a look. Here, lift. In Beijing, I can't seem to see the questions. If you see any questions, can you let me know?好的, okay. From here you can see the waterfall. We'll take the lift up and we'll have a more vantage point to see the waterfall and the park. I'm not sure if you can hear the lion dance, and that is to celebrate the grand opening of this place. Another important concept for Jewel is very much in line with Singapore's position of a city in the garden. So Singapore has always been known as the garden city since the 1980s and 90s. There's lots of greenery in this city-state, but the Garden City Pointer 2.0 is called City in a Garden. So in recent years, we've seen more and more. Maybe we can go there. There's another lift. This is going down? Oh, only goes down. Okay, I want to go up. Okay, we will have to wait for the next one. We can use this escalator. So the Garden City 2.0 is a city in a garden. And in this big blueprint, we've seen more and more vertical gardens. We've seen more and more rooftop gardens. For example, you can see like this garden vertical wall in a lot of the structures and new buildings. And some of them are even edible gardens. And there is more and more urban farming spots coming along in Singapore. And all this is in an indoor space. So we know Singapore is in a tropical place and it's always hot and humid. So the idea is they want to bring outdoor to inside so people feel that they can walk around in a cool area environment but still feel the beauty of nature.
在这个 crash land。
Excuse me, can you have us take a photo?
No, thank you. Sorry, I'm working. Yeah. No. Yes. Yes, while we are waiting to go up, maybe we can take a look at the structure. If you look jewel from outside, from a vantage point, I was told it actually looks like a glittering donut. So there are 5 stories above the ground and 5 stories beneath the ground. And in the middle is this rain vortex structure that sometimes it creates waterfall, sometimes it creates mist. So it looks like a rainforest. The dome-shaped roof facade Yeah, I was told the special high-performance architectural glass material used in the facade has a dual ability of transmitting light and reducing heat. This is designed by a famous architect, Israeli-Canadian architect Moshe, Safdie, and he is the architect who designed Singapore's Marina Bay Sands, another landmark building in Singapore. So where we were trying to go to now is at the top, and it's a garden called the Canopy Garden. So many of you who visited Singapore probably have been to. Many of you visited Singapore probably have been to Gardens by the Bay, and in Gardens by the Bay there are 2 indoor structures. One is called Flower Dome, and inside is temperature controlled. And up there, the Canopy Park is very similar to that, but double the size of Flower Dome. Hello, excuse me. So we're in the lift. I hope you can see the. Come closer. I hope you can see the waterfall. On that side. We have bamboo.
I'll go wait for 2 more minutes.
Live streaming in the lift. Check. So Drew is going to open to the public from the 17th of April. And today is the first day of a public preview. We're here? We're going to 5. We're going to 5. Level 5. You can see all the vertical gardens. And I was told many of the F&B outlets here, they have a little balcony facing the waterfall. And so you can wine and dine looking at the rain vortex. Okay, here we are. So this is a good vantage point to look at the world's largest indoor waterfall. So in here, the temperature is probably around 22 degrees, and outside it would be 32 degrees. And I was told all these plantations were shipped from all over the world. There is a particular tree, olive tree, that was moved over from Spain. It's 100 years old. So this has very much like a flower dome, Gardens by the Bay feel, except that all that is within the Changi Airport. So for people who's visiting or just transiting, so this is a very, it's quintessential Singapore. Singapore being the aviation hub, it welcomes many tourists, many visitors a year. This is just like a dessert on top of what the mature infrastructure they already have to offer. Imagine you fly a long haul, 12 hours, and you need to continue your journey to Australia, New Zealand, and you can stop over here and get some fresh air. In Singapore, the old terminal, so you already have a swimming pool, you already have a gym facility, you already have a movie theater, and now you have this, twice the size of Flower Dome. Thank you. The Changi Airport told me that this plot of land, Jewel, where it sits, it used to be an open car park for Terminal 1. And at that point, it only had 800 parking lots. So as the airport expands and they want more car parking space, so they were thinking, how can we utilize this plot of land which sits in the middle of Terminal 2 and Terminal 3 and directly connected to Terminal 1. So they come up with this idea. You know, it is now this facility has 2,500 parking lots, and then on top of that you have hundreds of F&B outlets and this park, the indoor park. And this is a giant slide. I'm sure the young at heart would love this. So these facilities are free to the public, but if you want to use the slides or the jumping net, these are chargeable, but the fees are not decided yet. This is a misty garden, foggy balls it's called. So it's supposed to look like a misty forest where children can jump or do whatever children do. What else is ahead? Nets?
Walking nets and the bouncing nets.
And then after?
And then after the piazza for the event space.
Okay.
And then the F&B.
Okay, then we maybe stop at the piazza. I think this is the 100-year-old olive tree, air flown from Spain. And you have the pine tree, which don't grow in Singapore climate, but inside here it's much cooler. I mean, after today, given the number of media and the social media influencer here, I think we'll see lots of photos on Jewels, and a lot of those spots is going to be popular on social media, and all the visitors who come to Singapore would like to take a photo here. It's only a matter of time before Jewel become another landmark of Singapore. This is a bouncing net. Oh. So do you want to go over there? We can stop at the events area. We see a lot of public here today, and this is something interesting because Singaporeans they love to come to the airport because Changi Airport has so much to offer. A lot of my friends, they actually told me that they come to the airport to have lunch and go back because the airport is so close to the city center. It's only 20-30 minutes away, especially if you live in the east part of Singapore. People come here even though they're not going to take a flight. Where would be a good ending spot?
At the piazza, once you look out of the canopy bridge and the vortex of that, so past this little bit.
Okay. This structure is the same as the flower dome, right? I mean the glass and
No, not exactly.
We see Tiger Beer started their own F&B outlet, Tiger Lab. So here is actually an event space that corporations can rent this space for their corporate events. So this is pretty much what Jewel is all about. It has a little bit of everything for everyone. And this is a quintessential Singapore. It's a very good Singapore example about Singapore wants to be green, the city in a garden. And it's just very business savvy. You know, you saw this open car park lot and you want to revamp it, but you make it something even much better. You build the world's largest indoor waterfall and create all these new retail experience for visitors as well as local citizens. Singapore Changi Airport and Singapore continues to exceed itself in a sense. Changi Airport, as I mentioned earlier, that has years and after year, for 7 years, being ranked as the world's best airport. And now this is the crown jewel of Changi Airport. On that note, I'll end today's live streaming. Thank you very much.